Hello there, very good evening and welcome to the news tonight, your one stop for the day's top stories. I'm Tracy Shilshi and here are the headlines. China has yet to reciprocate India's territorial concerns on the economic corridor with Pakistan, says Foreign Secretary S Jaishankar, claims that growing relations between US and Russia is not against India's interests. RBI Governor Urjit Patel briefs parliamentary panel on demonetisation, says over 9 crore rupees have been remonetized but offers no details about how many notes have been deposited in banks. Jallikattu protests peak in Tamil Nadu. Thousands protest across the state demanding the lifting of the ban on the bull-taming sport, ask the government to clarify its stand on the matter. Union Cabinet approves plans to list 5 public sector general insurance companies on stock exchanges by divesting 25% stake, shares to be offered in 1 or more tranches. Top story, India has said that its relations with major global powers has grown in the past 2.5 years since the time the Modi government came to power. Foreign Secretary S Jaishankar also reiterated that closer ties between the US and Russia would in no way affect India's interests. Speaking at the Raisina dialogue, Jaishankar also accused China of not responding to India's territorial concerns.
Foreign Secretary S Jaishankar has said that the growing ties between the US and Russia are in no way against India's interests. He made the comments at the ongoing second edition of the Raisina dialogue.
Ties with the United States have been steadily growing and today cover vast areas of collaboration. We established early contact with the Trump transition team and see a strong convergence of interests and concerns. With Russia, India's relationship has actually grown very substantially in the last 2 years, as has the bonding between our leaders. An improvement in US-Russia ties is therefore not against Indian interests.
Jaishankar's comments come just a day after Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that India has given a strong momentum to engagement with the US, Russia, Japan and other major global powers since the NDA government came to power. Jaishankar also echoed what the Prime Minister said about India's ties with China.
With China, the overall broadening of ties, especially in business and people-to-people contacts, has been overshadowed by differences on certain political issues. But it is important for the two countries not to lose sight of the strategic nature of their engagement or falter in their conviction that the rise can be mutually supportive. We will continue to invest more energy into this account in 2017.
The Foreign Secretary also said that global politics and economics was in a period of recalculation and recalibration and that India was well placed in the scenario. He said that the looming global crisis, in fact, was likely to be a phase of opportunity for emerging powers, including India. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Massive protests continue across Tamil Nadu against the ban on the bull-taming sport Jallikattu. Lakhs, in fact, of people, mostly students, took to the streets in Madurai, Chennai, Salem and Coimbatore, pressing for their demand. AIADMK General Secretary Sasikala has also said that they will move and adopt a resolution in the ensuing assembly session for removal of the ban, and also said that legal measures to ban animal rights group PETA will be adopted.
Lakhs of people across Tamil Nadu continued their protest on Wednesday against the ban on the bull-taming sport Jallikattu. At least 5,000 people, mostly youth, had gathered at the Marina Beach since Tuesday night, demanding lifting of the ban on Jallikattu and instead banning the animal rights body PETA. The protest started on Tuesday morning after negotiations with the state government failed. However, the government assured its commitment to hold the bull-taming sport. The government also assured the protesters that it would approach the president seeking an ordinance on the matter.
Jallikattu has to be happen across the Tamil Nadu. It's our tradition, it's our culture. Please don't try to ban it. And the main reason you are supporting some of the foreign culture, some foreign country has been bought the beta here. You're supporting some foreign country. Why not the Indian people who voted you and who bought you to such a big place?
This is not just only at Jallikattu. This is about the prime future of Tamil and Tamil culture, Tamil heritage. We are just overwhelming. Tamil culture has born in 3600 BC.
In Chennai, the protesters, dressed in black, shouted slogans against the state and the central governments. People also took to the streets in cities like Coimbatore, Madurai and Thanjavur, demanding the lifting of the ban. Tamil actors including Vijay, G.V. Prakash Kumar and Surya are also backing the protesters.
It is very heartening to see that the students have come out to the protest field on their own volition. Our leader, Mr. M.K. Stalin, went and met the group of students who were protesting in Marina. They gave a huge welcome and he did not want to politicize, he just gave their support.
They should not accuse the central government on this issue because the matter is pending in the Supreme Court. We are expecting the judgment anytime.
Meanwhile, the Madras High Court upheld the Supreme Court decision, saying it will not interfere on the issue. The Supreme Court had first banned Jallikattu in 2014 after objections from the animal rights groups. It upheld its ban in 2016. Tamil Nadu has been urging the centre repeatedly to issue an ordinance for the conduct of Jallikattu held during the Tamil Nadu Harvest Festival Pongal in mid-January. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Another one of our headline stories, RBI Governor Urjit Patel appeared before the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Finance over the demonetisation issue. Senior bureaucrats, including Department of Economic Affairs Secretary Shaktikant Das, Financial Services Secretary Anjali Dugal and Revenue Secretary Hasmukh Adia also appeared before the committee. The committee, that is chaired by Congress leader M. Veerappa Moily, also has former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh as one of its members. Patel briefed the parliamentary panel about demonetisation and its impact on the economy. However, according to the committee member TMC's Shogato Roy, Patel did not give a satisfactory response about how many notes were deposited in banks or how many notes were being printed to replace the banned currency. But he told the panel that demonetisation was a decision taken by the government and that it was implemented after several rounds of discussions. The RBI governor is also scheduled to appear before the Public Accounts Committee of Parliament on the same issue on the 20th of January.
तो अभी हम लोग रिजर्व बैंक के गवर्नर को 2 सवाल पूछा, वो जवाब नहीं दे पाए। एक कि कितना रुपया सिस्टम में वापस आया, वो जवाब नहीं दे पाए। दूसरा, कब से बैंकिंग ट्रांजैक्शंस नॉर्मल होगा, लोग अपना पैसा उठा सकेंगे, उसको भी जवाब नहीं दे पाया। एक तो सवाल जवाब से ये निकला कि रिजर्व बैंक खुद को ये सिद्धांत नहीं लिया, सरकार से उनको पास चिट्ठी आया, उसके बाद वो सिद्धांत लिया। और रिजर्व बैंक ने समझाने का कोशिश किया और फाइनेंस मिनिस्ट्री भी कि क्यों डिमोनेटाइजेशन हुआ।
Meanwhile, the Congress party on Wednesday launched a nationwide protest against demonetisation with party workers gherawing RBI offices across the country. Demanding the restoration of RBI's autonomy, the Congress also asked for RBI Governor Urjit Patel's resignation. But the BJP slammed the Congress for protests and claimed that the grand old party is losing out on public support.
Congress workers picketed 25 Reserve Bank of India offices across the country as a mark of protest against the government's demonetisation decision. The party alleges that demonetisation failed to wipe out black money from the economy.
काले धन से लड़ते चले थे, 500 रुपए और 1000 का नोट को रद्दी कर दिया, बिना किसी कानूनी अधिकार के। कोर्ट सा संविधान हिंदुस्तान का इनको ये अनुमति नहीं देता।
Demanding resignation of RBI Governor Urjit Patel and restoration of its autonomy. We also demand a white paper on the various questions.
Several party leaders also submitted a memorandum at RBI headquarters in Mumbai and opposed the centre's decision to continue restricting weekly cash withdrawals to 24,000 rupees. In Ahmedabad, former Union Home Minister Sushil Kumar Shinde and Gujarat Congress President Bharat Singh Solanki, along with nearly 130 party workers, were detained by police for trying to lock down the RBI's regional headquarters. The BJP, however, refuted all claims levelled by the Congress and claimed that the masses accepted the temporary suffering with enthusiasm. It also says that black money has now been deposited in banks that will lead to higher revenues.
नतीजा है कि आज देखिए सब कुछ स्टेबलाइज होता जा रहा है और हो भी गया है, लेकिन कांग्रेस को ये नहीं दिख रहा है। कांग्रेस को एक आम आदमी जो है रोड पे चलते हुए से पूछना चाहिए, गांव में किसान से जिसकी बातें करते हैं वो, तो उनकी खाट जैसे खड़ी हुई थी पहले, फिर खाट खड़ी हो जाएगी।
The Congress says that Wednesday marked the beginning of the second phase of agitation and this will continue till January 23rd. The Congress wants to make the note ban a key issue in the upcoming assembly elections in Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Goa, Uttarakhand and Manipur. The party had launched the first phase of the agitation on January 1st. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
The Union Cabinet gave its go-ahead to the listing of 5 government-owned insurance companies in stock exchanges. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said the listing is expected to help these companies raise resources from the capital market to meet fund requirements. The Cabinet also decided to repeal 105 more old laws.
The Union Cabinet on Wednesday approved plans to divest a 25% stake in 5 public sector general insurance companies by listing them on stock exchanges. The 5 companies are New India Assurance, United India Assurance, Oriental Insurance, National Insurance and the General Insurance Corporation of India. The government's holdings in these companies will be brought down to 75% from 100% through an offer of shares in one or more tranches.
To approve the listing of shares of public sector GIC companies on the stock exchanges through either issue of fresh equity or offer of sale or a combination thereof.
The Union Cabinet also gave its approval to repeal 105 Act. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said of the 1,824 redundant laws that have been identified, 1,175 have been repealed so far.
और आज कैबिनेट ने 105 और कानून को रिपील करने का फैसला किया है। 105 laws more, old laws, और बाकी लॉज को और जल्दी करना है, उसमें हमने सारे अपने विभाग के लोगों को निर्देश दिया है. It is an extraordinary effort in minimizing governance loaded by redundant laws.
In other decisions, the Cabinet gave the green signal to the amendment in modified special incentive package scheme to further incentivize the electronics sector. Also approved was the decision to set up the Indian Agricultural Research Institute in Jharkhand with an outlay of 200 crore rupees. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
With a quick break here, more news follows in a bit. Stay with us.
Congress is very well entrenched in Manipur, but BJP is just in the process of building its base.
Present government under Amarinder Singh has remained there for 15 years. It's all about corruption, gundaism.
Rahul Gandhi says that Achhe Din will arrive only when Congress comes back to power in 2019.
He must be speaking for himself, but which will not coming true.
We have seen almost a statist, coist perception about education.
I am not believer of a bing bang sloganeering. I believe in action.
Watch to the point with Union HRD Minister Prakash Javadekar only on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. Let's continue getting you more national news. In fact, let's get you all the latest that we're getting off from the poll-bound states in verdict 2017. Let's start with Punjab, where cricketer turned politician Navjot Singh Sidhu filed his nomination from the Amritsar East seat, while Punjab Congress chief Amarinder Singh filed it from Lambi for the February 4th assembly polls in Punjab. The state Congress president, Captain Amarinder Singh, filed his nomination papers for the Lambi Assembly constituency in Muktsar district. Accompanied by his wife and the present Patiala MLA, Praneeth Kaur, and other family members, Captain Amarinder Singh went to the office of the sub-divisional magistrate and filed his papers. Sidhu, who joined the Congress recently, was accompanied by his wife Navjot Kaur and other Congress leaders at the time of filing of papers. He is pitted against Amritsar BJP district chief Rajesh Kumar Hani. Besides the two, Aam Aadmi Party leader Bhagwant Mann also submitted his nomination for the Jalalabad seat on an AAP ticket.
आसान मुकाबला है, हम तो इसको हराएंगे अच्छी तरह, तो यही है। तो हमने नॉमिनेशन अभी फाइल किया है और अब बस लड़ाई में पड़ेंगे और बादल को हराएंगे यहाँ से।
ये धर्म की लड़ाई है, भूखों के लिए रोटी की लड़ाई है, रोते हुओं के हंसने की लड़ाई है, उजड़े हुओं को बसने की लड़ाई है और पंजाब की राह के बाधा को, हर पत्थर को हटाने की लड़ाई है। ये कोई निजी लड़ाई नहीं।
Veteran Congress leader Andy Tiwari and his son Rohit Shekhar on Wednesday joined the Bharatiya Janata Party. The 91-year-old leader is a former Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand. He also served as a union minister and a governor. Tiwari's induction into the BJP is seen as an attempt to gather Brahmin votes in Uttarakhand, where elections will be held next month. 11 other sitting MLAs, including Vijay Bahuguna and Harak Singh Rawat and Yashpal Arya, had joined the BJP just a couple of days back. Tiwari's entry into BJP is expected to strengthen the party in the state, as he is considered to be one of the most influential leaders from the state who wields considerable clout in both Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh.
अभी कुछ दिन पहले उनके जो जैविक पुत्र हैं, समाजवादी पार्टी की सरकार में सलाहकार बन गए थे। अब क्या होगा, कैसे होगा, मैं तो इतना ही कह सकता हूं, मैं उनके शीघ्र स्वास्थ्य लाभ की कामना करता हूं। वो क्या कर रहे हैं उनको खुद मालूम है, ये नहीं मालूम है, इसकी जानकारी मुझे नहीं।
Now let's head to Manipur, where in the middle of an economic blockade in the state, some villages are struggling to cope with the government's decision to add 7 more districts in the state. The move puts at risk some Naga villages that find themselves suddenly surrounded by adversarial Kuki villages. And with their security at stake, villagers fear that they may not be able to vote at all. Added to this is a general lack of infrastructure that is forcing people of the village to migrate to nearby towns. Akhilesh Suman has this special report.
The Thangal Surung village of Kangpokpi district in Manipur is the traditional seat of the Thangal tribe. A tourist complex was planned here to showcase their historical legacy, but it was abandoned midway mainly due to violence unleashed by the aggressive Kuki tribe. Although they live barely 30 kilometers from the state capital Imphal, area residents live under a shadow of fear, especially during elections when violence and booth capturing increases.
So we want to practice this franchise, but we cannot do. There is the main problems. Either it is Congress or BJP, because the major community, they just come and insist us, and they'll stop us and they'll cast it on our behalf, on their choice.
It has happened last year?
Yes, every election, not only last year. It has been going on since time.
Thangal leaders allege that neighboring tribesmen come here to collect a ransom tax from their villages. They have repeatedly sought a police post here, but the Ibobi Singh government are yet to implement the proposal.
हम इस बस्ती में थोड़ा लॉ एंड ऑर्डर को थोड़ा स्ट्रिक्ट रखना चाहता है, ताकि हम आराम से ना काँप के जी सके, हमारा मन की बात बता सके और हम चलने फिरने में हमको कोई प्रॉब्लम ना पड़े.
The village school here burnt down in the 1993 Naga-Kuki conflict. Since then, it remains unrepaired. The primary health center also comes into action only when the polio drop drive is taken up. Even the approach road to the village was made by the community with no help from the government.
सड़क प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना बनी है?
नहीं, ये बस्ती है, हम लोग गांव वाला इसे बनाता है, कोई वो सरकार का फैसिलिटी नहीं है.
आपने कैसे बनाया आप?
मतलब हम लोग का ये अपना घर है, गांव है, बस्ती का अंदर का रोड बनाना ही पड़ता है. कोई
सरकार ने नहीं?
सरकार का कोई फैसिलिटी नहीं मिलता है.
आप जानते हैं PMGSY?
हाँ.
तो आप लोगों ने कभी मांग नहीं किया?
मांगा, उसके ऊपर में बहुत कुछ मांगा, कुछ नहीं मिला हम लोगों को.
Doctor never come to this health center. Sometimes nurse came and they give polio to the children. Except that time the nurse came, but doctor never came.
How many days they didn't come?
The whole years they didn't come. Only the time when they are going to give polio, that time only the nurse came.
In an attempt to escape the threat to their lives, many villagers have left the area. Of the original 90 families, only 28 remain today. Over the years, their fears have only multiplied. For earlier, they were in the Naga-dominated Senapati district. Now they come under the Kangpokpi district that is dominated by rival tribes. Akhilesh Suman's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
Now to more news, an ISI's role is being suspected in the recent train disaster in Kanpur after Bihar police on Wednesday arrested 3 people who they claimed were working for the Pakistani intelligence agency to target Indian railways. An initial interrogation after the Bihar police arrested the agents revealed that the ISI may have plotted the train derailment in Kanpur that claimed 151 lives. The accused have allegedly admitted that they were working for a Nepalese ISI agent based in Dubai. They were instructed to derail the Indore-Patna Express in November 2011, for which they were paid 3 lakh rupees from the agent. The anti-terrorism squad sleuths have reportedly reached Bihar to carry forward the probe.
जो अन्य खुफिया एजेंसी हैं उनसे हम लोग मदद ले रहे हैं। इसमें सीमा पार के जो कुछ जो एजेंसियां हैं इसके अंदर में संलिप्तता सामने आई है, तो उस संबंध में जो है सभी मामले जो है अभी अनुसंधान अंतर्गत हैं, जिस पर आगे अनुसंधान किया जाएगा और जो संपूर्ण मामला जो है इसके जो अन्य इससे जुड़े हुए मामले हैं उस संबंध में भी जो है आगे अनुसंधान करके उसका भी उत्पेदन किया जाएगा।
International news: in Nigeria's Air Force killed at least 50 people and injured 120 in an airstrike on a camp for displaced persons in the northeast of the country on Tuesday. The military said that the strike in fact had targeted the Boko Haram. The strike occurred in Ran of Borno State, the epicenter of the jihadist group bid to create an Islamic caliphate. Here's a report.
The killing of civilians by the Nigerian Air Force in an airstrike targeting Boko Haram militants has triggered outrage and questions among residents in the West African country. Médecins Sans Frontières said on Tuesday that at least 50 people were killed and 120 more were injured when a Nigerian airstrike hit a refugee camp in the country's northeast after the military earlier disclosed the strike was meant to target Boko Haram militants.
Today at 12:20 there was aerial bombardment in Ran, which took place in a very densely populated area. It killed 50 people. Ran city has been under the control of the army since several months, and in the city of Ran there's also a number of people who have fled the conflict, who are displaced, who have been finding shelter there.
MSF said that the strike occurred in Ran in Borno State, the epicenter of the jihadist group's 7-year-long bid to create an Islamic caliphate. Nigerian General Lucky Irabor, a regional military commander, located the incident at Kala Balje, a district that includes Ran.
We got the coordinates and I directed that the air should go to address the problem.
On Wednesday, Nigerians expressed disbelief and outrage over the airstrike.
This happening to them is very, very unfortunate. So I'm not happy about it. Our government should be able to protect us as an individual.
This country, the way it's going now, people are not smiling. People are not smiling anymore. Youth are hungry. You will see what will happen in 2019.
The strike came amid an offensive against Boko Haram by Nigeria's military over the last few weeks. Boko Haram has stepped up attacks in the last few weeks as the end of the rainy season has enabled its fighters to move more easily in the bush. The insurgency has killed more than 15,000 people and forced 2 million to flee their homes, many of whom have moved to camps because it has been too dangerous to return home. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha Television.
And here are more international news updates in Global Buzz. US President Barack Obama has commuted the sentence of a former military intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning. She was behind the biggest breach of classified materials in US history and convicted of stealing and disseminating 750,000 pages of documents and videos to WikiLeaks. The material, which WikiLeaks published in 2010, included a classified video of a US helicopter attacking civilians and journalists in Iraq in 2007. Labeled collateral murder, the film drew criticism from human rights activists. White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest said that the outgoing US President Barack Obama made strengthening relations with India a genuine priority and sought ways to effectively work together to fight extremism and enhance economic ties. Obama, during his 8 years in office, not only became the first US president to visit India twice, but also hosted Indian leaders in the Oval Office a record number of times. A Syrian general and 8 other soldiers have been killed in a tunnel bomb outside Damascus. The Syrian Observatory for Human Rights claims that rebel fighters planted the explosives on Tuesday in a tunnel in the town of Harasta. The observatory head also said that the death toll was likely to rise as some of the wounded were in critical condition. And finally, some sports news. And at the Australian Open, Sania Mirza and Rohan Bopanna kicked off their campaign on a winning note to advance to the second round of their respective doubles category. Men's and women's singles top seed Andy Murray and Angelique Kerber too progressed to the next round. Here's more on the results from day 3.
Indian tennis players had an easy outing on day 3 of the Australian Open. Rohan Bopanna and Uruguay's Pablo Cuevas defeated Thomas Bellucci of Brazil and Maximo Gonzalez of Argentina 6-4, 7-6 to enter the men's doubles second round. In the women's doubles, Sania Mirza and her Czech partner Barbara Strykova started off their campaign with an easy 6-3, 6-1 win against the British pair of Jocelyn Ray and Anna Smith. In the men's singles, world number 1 Andy Murray sailed through to the third round with a comfortable win over Russia's Andrei Rublev. Murray dominated the match from the start to beat the 17-year-old 6-3, 6-0, 6-2. 17-time Grand Slam champion Roger Federer also progressed through the third round by holding off a challenge from American Noah Rubin. The 35-year-old Swiss, who is seeded 17th after missing the second half of the 2016 season with a knee injury, saved 2 set points in the third to win 7-5, 6-3, 7-6. He will next play 2010 Wimbledon finalist Tomas Berdych. Fourth seed Stan Wawrinka also made it to the next round, brushing aside American Steve Johnson in straight sets. However, in a first major upset in this year's first Grand Slam, 7th seed and 2014 US Open champion Marin Cilic was beaten by British Dan Evans 3-6, 7-5, 6-3, 6-3. Australia's world number 14 Nick Kyrgios also exited the tournament after losing to Italian Andre Seppi in 5 sets. In the women's singles, defending champion and top seed Angelique Kerber survived a scare from fellow German Karina Witthoff. Kerber struggled in the second set but came back to win 6-2, 7-6, 6-2. Venus Williams, who is competing in her 73rd Grand Slam, overcame Swiss qualifier Stephanie Vogel in straight sets to advance to the next round. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And that's all we have for you in the news tonight from the entire team here. Good night.